So eto kabibig ha, grabe ha, first time in history na malalaman natin, hindi ang Philippine media ang nagbalita nito, kundi ang international media sa Russia mga kabibig. Palakpakan natin. Sila ang nagbigay ng impormasyon hinggil sa ginawa ni Pangulong Duterte mga kabibig, na kung saan ay alam nyo ba kabibig, ang saya sa ng aming kapitbahay kasi nalaman nila ang good news na noon ay sinuhulan ng Amerika si Pangulong Duterte pero hindi niya tinanggap ang pera. Ganun ang grabe ang pagmamahal ni Pangulong Duterte. Kumpara ngayon na grabe ang mga politiko, maleta-maleta, ready, delivery sa mga bahay. Pero si Pangulong Duterte ha, sinuhulan ng Amerika, napahiya ang Amerika. At alam nyo, hindi ito nabalita sa Philippine media. Pero international news sa Russia ang nagbalita. So ito kabibig ha, pakinggan natin ang ating news ngayon at ito ha, ito yung kabibig, grabe mga kabibig, ito na.
You know, Duterte, when he was doing his war on drugs, I was working at CNN back during this, and I thought he did a lot of good work. You know, some of the guys who were dealing the drugs in the Philippines, these were armed militant gangs and all sorts of stuff, and Duterte was doing the right thing by trying to help society by cracking down on these narcotic gun-wielding gangs. But the problem is, Duterte became a problem in the eyes of certain Western players. I remember distinctly back in 2016, the former US Secretary of State, John Kerry, he went for a lunch/dinner with Duterte at the presidential palace. And the story goes that John Kerry, the former U.S. Secretary of State, gave Duterte, or tried to give him, a suitcase with $700,000 in cash. Duterte reportedly said no, really pissed off John Kerry. Ever since then, Duterte's been a problem. What are your thoughts?
Well, my observation about the former president is that he is not corrupt and that he dropped the Philippines from being ruled by narco politicians. Well, we also know that he was openly anti-American in his language, but he was just trying to push for an independent foreign policy because we know that up to now, the USA still has a strong influence.
Yan yung former USIC Secretary of State John Kerry gave Duterte a suitcase worth $700,000. Again, pakinggan natin ulit ha. Gusto natin pakinggan ulit. Okay, let's watch this.
Duterte, when he was doing his war on drugs, I was working at CNN back during this, and I thought he did a lot of good work. You know, some of the guys who were dealing the drugs in the Philippines, these were armed militant gangs and all sorts of stuff. And Duterte was doing the right thing by trying to help society by cracking down on these narcotic gun-wielding gangs. But the problem is, Duterte became a problem in the eyes of certain Western players. I remember distinctly back in 2016, the former U.S. Secretary of State, John Kerry, he went for a lunch/dinner with Duterte at the presidential palace. And the story goes that John Kerry, the former U.S. Secretary of State, gave Duterte, or tried to give him, a suitcase with $700,000 in cash.
$700,000 in cash ang ibinigay daw ng former U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, pero hindi ito tinanggap ni Pangulong Duterte. Bakit ngayon lang natin ito nalaman? Diba? Take note very noble ang ginawa ni Pangulong Duterte ha. $700,000 ibinigay. Parang suhol ba? Parang anong tawag dito? Pang suhol natin kay Duterte. Baka Duterte sasakay sa Amerika, kung anong gagawin ng Amerika sa Pilipinas, hindi papalag si Duterte. Pero kabibig, hindi ito tinanggap ni Pangulong Duterte. Ala, grabe. At ngayon na natin ito malalaman. Ito ang komento ng ating mga netizen. Kung si Bangag pa yan, tanggap na. Iba talaga si former president. Duterte pa rin the best president. Nice one. Kala nila mautos si Pangulong Duterte. Ito Ganon katibay si matandang Duterte. Love namin siya. Never mababayaran dito lang na iba dyan. Kung si Bangag at Lutang yan, malamang binusan na nila ang pera. Remember noong presidential ni BBM na may mga dumalaw din ng ibang lahi, may dala yung pera at ayun paldo si BBM. Duterte is a man of dignity, loyalty, trustworthy, and he walks the talk. Diba? Nako po, kala nila tanggapin ni Duterte pero napahiya sila. O, yun kabibig. At ito pa kabibig ha, may isang video akong ipapakita sa inyo na kung saan hinulaan na pala, alam na pala ni Pangulong Duterte ang mangyayaring oil crisis ngayon. Alam na niya, binalaan na niya si BBM pero ewan ko ba kung nakinig ba si BBM. Parang wala eh. Binalaan na ni Pangulong Duterte si BBM na mangyayari itong oil crisis. Pero anong ginawa ni BBM? Wala lang. Dinedma niya ang statement ni Pangulong Duterte. It's because kala niya magaling siya. Kasi napahiya siya nang sinabihan siya ng Pangulong Duterte nga merong isang presidente na weak. Let's watch this video.
Mo sa totoo lang, ma'am, itong nangyayari ngayon sa Ukraine, pati, it's oil. Sinabi ko na sa inyo at the beginning, hindi ko lang sinabi yung repercussions. But kasi ma'am, sabi yan sa inyo, she's an economist, yung export pati import natin talagang maderail dyan. And for as long as we are dependent on the fossil oil, tataas yan. I think that the war in Europe will be one of attrition. Pagka attrition, araw-araw, walang hinto na yan increase. I'd like to make a warning to itong mga association ng transport or everything. That is not the end. Every time that you complain and go into a demonstration, just make sure that you realize and understand the importance of oil and how it would affect all nations. Talagang magdaan tayo ng hirap. Kaya nagpasalamat ako sa Diyos na magtapos na ako, bilisan na lang niya ang mga araw kasi kawa talaga itong susunod. Tignan niyo. Hindi ito na yung, hindi everyday, the prices will increase and increase and increase
Diba? Tama.
until we can have a stable situation, the whole, lahat ng countries dito sa Pilipinas makarecover. Tayo, hindi, yung nakikita ninyong increases ngayon, wala yan. Tignan ninyo, as the days go by, tapos oil becomes a weapon of choice for nations. Russia, nandyan siya, but I really do not know how it would affect. Hindi man ako masyadong dyan. Pero tinitignan ko lang yung oil at yung gera ngayon. It will not end. It's an attrition. Yung patagalan na
Masarap pakinggan si
shooting each other.
Maintindihan mo mga sinasabi.
Wala tayong choice because the other alternative would be, if you want to finish it, you just push the button there for a nuclear war, and that will be the end of our worries. At sabihin ko, by that time, hindi na kayo mag-demonstrate dyan, kayong mga association, ng mga drivers, operators, yan. Pag nuclear na, wala na tayong pag-usapan. Wala na tayong i-import. Pati, bakit man kayo tapos naman lahat. Pagbagsak niyang nuclear, one for each country, the Philippines will not be an exemption if war really breaks out. Because
Diba?
of
Tama.
the Americans. Itong cluster based ito. No? And they are there sa Olongapo, and they enemies of America, knows that or know that may mga Amerikano na nakabase dito until now. There are a lot of American soldiers and there are weapons we do not know if it is also for a war that would come na sana hindi. Ewan ko. Pero I see a very dark, not really in desperation, but itong oil na ito, apektado lahat eh.
Tama.
Yung export pati import
Tama,
natin
lahat.
and how our economy is being run by oil. Without oil, ito lahat, it's a product of oil. Lahat yan. Since the machineries, the energy, that runs the machines, lahat makikita mo, gawa ng oil yan.